All right, everybody, here we go. Today's lesson in class, we talked about one of the six ideals of the preamble that you were to write your essay on, the one you feel is the most important. You'll pick that one and give us the topic sentence, which you see on the screen right now in front of you, a little bit of historical relevance to it, and supporting ideas, and again, how it's used today. Now, we're going to go through an example right now of one I did first hour, add a few things to it. But we start out with a topic sentence, and first off, we have to choose one. And I choose to work with ensuring domestic tranquility. You can see it's up on the board right now. Remember that domestic is home, tranquility is peace. So that's what we're going to do. How are we going to keep peace at home? And a couple of the issues that jump in before we even start writing, the idea of how we're going to keep peace at home. What are the issues? And we talked about, well, right now, for keeping peace at home, we're worried about ISIS attacks. We're worried about terrorism, the people who are fringely involved with ISIS. And we're also talking right now about the situations that are happening all around us with racial divide between mainly blacks and whites, and what do we do there, and how we solve that. So as we get writing our topic sentence, we want to make sure that we include some of those ideas to let the reader know, hey, this is what's coming up. And anytime you do any writing, that's a good way to jump in. Now, as I step away from the mic for a little bit, hopefully you'll be able to hopefully you'll be able to still hear me. Hopefully the mic will pick up. I'm working with a new mic today. But as you write your topic sentence, it can go somewhere along the lines of, now I know that looks long-winded, but what that does, it brings everything in. With our fear of terrorist attacks in America and our current racial tensions, ensuring domestic tranquility has become the most important ideal listed in the preamble. Now, the big part you're selling is your topic sentence. Ensuring domestic tranquility has become the most important ideal listed in the preamble. Now, note I say the most because you're trying to sell the idea that whatever you pick is the most important. So that's listed there for you. Now, don't copy this one word for word. You want to make sure you're using your own words as you go through this. But this just gets it out there of what we're going to talk about. Now, I know that as I look forward to reading paper, or if I was reading this paper, I would see something more on terrorism, and I'd see something more on the attacks in America, or rather racial tensions in America. Moving forward, I do want to know about the historical relevance of this topic. Now, ensuring domestic tranquility at the time, we were worried about keeping peace among the citizens, what to do with the soldiers, and there's just an overall fear of how things have been done in the past here in our country with England having been here. And also, now that we were kicking England completely out, how are we going to solve our issues? If Farmer Ted and Farmer Joe each said that they had a certain amount of land and their land crossed over, Are they going to square off and have a duel? Are they going to shoot at each other? Are they going to steal from each other? Or is there going to be a way to handle those tensions? So that's kind of what they meant by historical relevance. Why they put it in. If you want to get really into it, you can do the thing that kids are really good at. You can go ahead and Google the answer. Why did their forefathers include ensuring domestic tranquility in the preamble? And I bet you'll find a lot more answers there that you could toss our way. Now, support one, we talked about terrorism. Now, you're not writing me a 5-page paper, you're just writing me a couple paragraphs, so you don't need a whole lot, but you could reference 9/11, you could reference the Boston Marathon bombing, you could reference the Orlando shooting, you could talk just recently in New York. There are several examples of terrorism that you could talk about there. And again, that's really kind of a quick one to get into. Then in sport 2, we talked about racial tensions. Here you had, Ferguson, which was a little bit ago, it seems like forever ago, brought things up. We had just something at Milwaukee, in Sherman Park. And it seems like there's several others you could go out and find as well. You know, what you kind of get is you kind of get to this Black Lives Matter movement. You get the police brutality. There's a big argument right now of the way things are being done on both sides. So you could mention that as you get into it. Next up, what does it mean today? Well, now you're just kind of tying back in your supports, because both of your supports already talk about today. You know, the things that scare us most, again, terrorism and racial tensions. So how do we keep the peace? Do you have any solutions? I'd love to hear. If you have a solution, please share it with us on that one. You know, how it could get better today if you did it on all of these. Any one you pick up, how could it be better today? And then the last part of this, the project or assignment you had to do, was I asked you to go out and find some pictures, examples. Either you could have 4 pics or 2 videos, or you could have 2 pics and 1 video. Just find examples and include them at the bottom. If you're going to have a video, you can just link out to the video so we take a look at it. The pictures you can just drop right in and be ready to explain those pictures to us if need be. But that's it. Now, if you check this video out tonight and you still have questions, feel free. You can email me at wicjoh@easttroy.k12.wi.us, or you can come in early tomorrow. I'll be in by 7 o'clock. Feel free to come in and check things over with me at that time. Again, if you got any questions, touch base. Otherwise, these papers are going to be due when you come to class tomorrow. We'll be grading them out. After you're done with your paper, if you feel you've done a good job, go ahead, jump on the rubric, and grade yourself out. Have a good night.